I'm John, and tonight I want answers for the Supreme Court and ICEBlock. There's no stopping us now, because we're live.
I'm AJ Minnick.
I'm John A. Vink.
I'm Keith Stattenfield.
I'm Loretta Beavers.
I'm Josh Young.
I'm Jennifer Sim. And those stories tonight on John Wants Answers.
John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers. Give John answers. John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers now.
We got a new opening credit. You see that?
I did.
We got a Josh Young. Josh Young's in there.
Yeah. It's only like a year late.
I recorded that in January, and then I just
Didn't get around to
got
it.
around to it this time.
Yeah, well, you're a busy man.
Yeah.
Well, with all your busy
Because last
man
episode,
things that you do.
Josh was like, "Where am I, man? We recorded the thing like in January. Where am I?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Did Josh really say that?
He did.
Wow.
He complained that he was not.
Wow. He is a big complainer.
And then AJ and Jennifer are still in the credits. We haven't seen them for a while.
I saw them like 3 weeks ago. I saw them 2 weeks ago.
Well, at dinner, but not here. They don't work on the show anymore. They're going to be cut. They're going to be cut
Why are you cutting them?
because they're not in the show anymore.
The credits are just getting, that means more content.
We cut John Thompson.
Yeah.
We cut Jim Twoo.
Yeah.
We cut Bobby Chastain.
Well, yeah.
He's dead to us.
He could be dead for real, for all we know.
I suppose he could be. So
Yeah.
people have to be cut.
You're
a privilege
just
to be
tightening
here.
up those credits.
Yep. Because
Yeah.
people want show.
Okay.
People don't
You're not
want
worried that
endless
the credits are a ripoff of CBS, that you're going to get sued like CBS got sued for 60 Minutes?
I'm not worried about that at all.
Oh, you should be.
I should be.
Hey, what if we say something controversial and then someone wants $16 million from you? Do you have $16 million to give?
I do not.
Well, then let's not say anything terribly controversial.
Not terribly.
Not terribly.
bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
I got a new iPad today too. How do I do that thing where I can show two windows at once? Like I want to see this,
Yeah.
and I want to see my topics too, which are over here.
Okay. Well, you tappy.
You don't know, do
You
you?
can do a docky. Well, it all changed. like I got the current OS, and I can just tappy up here.
I have the
and
current
then I
OS
can-
too.
No. I got the one we're shipping this fall.
Oh yeah, the secret.
Yeah,
Super secret new one. This is like the old.
Yeah, there's a way to tile windows though. You tap up here, then you say split view.
Oh, okay.
And then you can open up notes.
Well, I didn't want notes. I wanted.
Oh,
I
well,
wanted the timer.
Sorry. You can close that, and then you can say, this is riveting television, people. Okay, open your timer. Yeah, see, timer doesn't support split view. Sorry, man.
Why
Maybe
spend all
in the
this
next ones.
money?
Why'd you spend all the money? I don't know.
Why
that
spend
my-
all these
so
bucks
that
on
my-
this new iPad?
so that my stock value will go up and up and up, and I'll be rich.
Well, I bought it because I'm going to be on a plane and I wanted to watch videos,
Okay.
and I couldn't download from Netflix anymore.
Oh.
So my last iPad was so old. No
Won't
software
download from
updates.
Netflix anymore. Won't download from. That's too bad.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
get Plex. You get
well,
Plex and just download movies on your own.
I could. Anyways, our topics. People are wondering what's going on.
Yeah. People are wondering what's going on. They're like, what happened to this channel, which normally has wonderful basketball and baseball games? Why
From
are
the
there
high
two
schools.
idiots on it again?
Again. And now Matt needs no introduction.
But I'm going to get one.
You are?
I don't know, maybe. Are you going to say who I am?
It's Keith Stattenfield.
Look, it's going to be down here.
It's his birthday.
It is.
He's his most excellent median engineer guy. Yeah.
That's me.
Which makes no sense to me. That title is garbage.
Well, you asked me for it.
I asked you for the title. You
and
gave
I
me a
gave
garbage,
you a garbage title.
So
and
it's
you're the one
garbage,
who used it.
but
Like this.
Well,
This is an
'cause you can-
executive decision.
you got to pick it. So I didn't. I mean, you picked a garbage title.
I am
but
an excellent average engineer.
it's like an oxymoron, isn't it?
No. I'm great at being average.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways, it's your birthday today.
it is.
And so every year at this time,
Every year.
we play a video for your birthday.
We do, well,
Let's-
yes, if we tape the show on my birthday.
Let's see it now.
Oh, look, there's no sound.
So I got this alert on my phone. Okay. And here it is. You can see on the screen now.
Yeah?
And it was there all day long. It won't go away. Siri has been wanting me to call you all day long because it's your birthday.
I know.
And here's the thing. Siri is a robot. It's a robot that was programmed by engineers. So it should know the last thing that we want to do is talk on the phone.
I'm with you.
Because imagine this. Okay, let's reenact how awkward a phone call between you and me would be.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to dial you on the phone here.
Okay.
You got a lot of numbers in your. Okay. I'm going to look away because I don't usually see you on the phone.
Now.
Okay. Bring, 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 bring. Bring, bring. Bring,
Okay,
bring.
now,
Are you going to
I'll
answer?
probably notice my phone ring because I have bad reception here.
Uh-huh.
I'll look at the thing, and maybe it'll say John Vink, and maybe it'll be a phone number.
Bring, bring. Uh-huh.
Phone number, I'm just going to let it go to voicemail.
Okay, but let's say it says my name on it. What
This
would
should
you
be
do?
my slide to answer,
Uh-huh.
and I have to wait, and then I tap the speaker button because I refuse to hold the phone up to my head because of the COVID and the 5G.
In the cancer, right?
And then you'll hear the phone stop ringing, but you won't hear me say hello
Why not?
because it hasn't gone through yet.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello, hey John.
Hi, Keith. I'm calling because it's your birthday.
Oh, good, because I don't have bail money, which was the other reason you usually call.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Thanks, John.
Are you having a good day?
It's been fine. How are the cats, John?
There's one over there napping.
Yeah, that's typical.
Yeah. Another one is missing. Well, like usual. The other cat's scared of me.
Anyway, it's been great, John.
Okay, I'll talk to you next year.
Yeah, bye, John.
Bye.
Riveting, as
Riveting.
always.
Riveting. Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder people tune in to this show.
People would love that video. People look forward every year to July episode to see that video again.
Which people? I need 3 names.
3 names.
I need 3 people
I can't
who
remember.
look forward to that. It can't be hard. There's
That lady. Remember that lady? I think from Texas who we did a cameo style video for. I think she's one of them.
okay.
I can't name the other 2.
I don't think the other 2 exist, and I think that first lady has probably found more interesting things because we haven't heard from her
We
in
haven't
a
heard
long
from her in
time.
a long time. If you are that lady from Texas,
If you're watching us
Send
right
us
now
an
on the
email.
internet,
yeah,
message John on. I don't even know what
go to
social media you're on.
johnwantsanswers.com.
Ooh, you're
and
on.
click on contact.
What's your social network called?
Oh, claims.
Claims. Go to claims. Post a claims. Say how much
Post
you
a
love the
claim.
show.
Claim you love us.
Look, we're almost out of time.
already. Remember Ellen Kemi?
Yeah, I don't.
We had a council member on the show,
Yeah,
so you weren't on the show.
that's why I don't remember it.
You probably working behind the scenes, like camera or something.
As I've said, I've forgotten the show as I drive home from this show.
Anyways, we had a Mountain View
Nice Mountain View council member.
Ellen, I want to say Kame.
Maybe.
And then I was on Facebook.
Yeah.
And her title on Facebook has changed to Mayor.
Now she's the
Ellen
mayor.
Kame. So now she's the Mayor of Mountain View.
Yeah. I mean,
So I
she's
wonder-
halfway done being the mayor of Mountain View.
Does Mountain View just rotate people to be mayor?
Let it rotate. But the council picks a mayor every January from the 7 members of the council.
So the council elects a mayor?
Yeah.
So they could have a mayor for 2-3 terms?
They could. Although I guess they usually pick someone that's been there a couple of years in the council.
Okay.
They pick a vice mayor too.
Congratulations.
I bet
to
she was
Ellen
vice
Kame.
mayor before.
Maybe. I haven't been following her career, to be honest.
Well, I haven't either. But I know enough about Mountain View politics to know that they pick the mayor from the council members.
Oh. Because Campbell, they rotate through them. They don't. Do they elect them or rotate them?
Well, I think Campbell also picks one of the council members.
Santa Clara, you're involved in Santa Clara.
Yeah, but we elect a mayor directly.
Oh.
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Our first topic tonight: Supreme Court.
It's good that guy came back. I mean, what does he do in those months when we don't tape shows?
He tours with Whitesnake.
Wow, that's cool.
No. He tours now with Chris Isaac.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did. He
He's
did.
good. I
I'm
got
not
some
sure.
of his songs on my little playlist.
I do too. He has a solo album. And we had
Yeah.
him on the show. Remember we had him on the show?
I know, a long time ago.
Yeah. I think our like third episode.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
So he had no way to look at our past episodes to realize
He did, to realize what a terrible decision
yeah.
he's about to make.
he just showed up and
I'm gonna put a piano here and I'm gonna play it.
yep. That's him. Anyways,
He probably regrets that decision.
the U.S. Supreme Court's
Yes.
June 27th decision
Supreme Court, yes.
limiting the ability of federal judges to use nationwide injunctions. So
Yes.
normally what would happen is President Trump would say something crazy like no more birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
Either it's in the Constitution directly that we have
Technically,
that.
yeah, but that we don't need to listen to that anymore.
And so then a district
Judge in Maryland,
in this case it's in Maryland, but he's a district judge,
yes.
would say no,
No.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
And then there'd be appeals and all that stuff.
Yeah. When
So
you go
now-
back, like it wasn't just Trump. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Kaczmarek in Texas enjoined an awful lot of Biden's policies. And they just let those stay enjoined as a Supreme Court.
So but now the Supreme Court says a district judge just can't
Can't do that.
block
Can't do that no more.
Was it a federal judge, Priestley had authority to do that, and then the Supreme Court? Wait, was it in the Constitution that federal judges could do that?
Funny story. I mean, no. The answer is no.
Okay.
Like the Constitution is terribly non-specific about what. First of all, the Constitution doesn't talk about anything other than Supreme Court judges. Like every other judge was created by Congress.
Oh.
Because
the
the Constitution says there's got to be a Supreme Court,
Right.
and whatever other courts Congress feels like making up.
Okay.
And Congress has made up a whole bunch of courts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's like 100 district courts, and there's
Not that many, are there?
it's like 100. Like every state has at least one.
I
And
thought
big states have multiples.
there's a circuit,
Yes.
and there's only like 13 circuits. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's the level up.
Oh, level up.
Yeah, and there's 9.
9.
Well, there's 9 district. There's 9 circuits, and then there's a couple other things that are nationwide federally. Like I
Okay.
think there's a federal patent court,
Okay.
but there's 9 circuits.
There's a district court, and then above that is an appeals court,
Yes.
and they are in the same circuits, right?
All the district courts are in one of the 9 circuits.
Right. And then all
And
the appeals
then-
courts are in those same circuits.
Well, I think the appeals courts are those courts.
Aren't they a different court?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Are there anything besides district courts? Like is there a lower court than that?
I think there's a level between district courts and the 9 circuit courts. And those, I think, are the appeals courts.
Is there anything between them and the Supreme Court?
No, and then the 9 circuit courts above them, Supreme Court.
Okay. So what the circuits are just geography, right?
Yes. They're like,
They're not special. Like the ninth court isn't better than the second court.
no. The 9th court is like California and
So it's the most
Nevada
western.
and
Does it go east to west?
Idaho.
Like first is like Maine, I think.
Yeah.
And ninth is like West Coast.
I kind of think it probably goes in order of creation,
Oh,
but I could be wrong.
that's
And
it.
Congress could make more or less of them. Like Congress has talked about getting rid of courts.
So now, if judges can't stop unconstitutional things, do all the
Using
unconstitutional
injunctions.
things just happen?
Apparently, yes. Apparently, that's the country we live in now.
I thought we had a new way to do it was with class action.
Yeah. Which is not an injunction. It's a ruling.
Okay. So what happens there?
I mean, an injunction is something that happens before a case is finished. A judge says, there's a case in progress, and we don't know how it's going to, we don't know what's going to happen in the end. But, and that might be a long time from now. It might be a year or two before we get to a decision in this court, because we got to have a hearing and we got to find. And bad things may or may not happen, before we managed to get an actual ruling here. So I'm just going to try to make a decision right now that says this isn't the final ruling, but until we have a ruling, this is how it's got to be. And they generally try to, do a least harm thing. Like, what will preserve the most options for when we get to the end of this case and result in the least injustice happening. That's what the theory of an injunction is. And a class action is, there's an eventual decision on a class action thing. And I guess, the Supreme Court wasn't totally clear in what they were saying, but they might say, well, if you can find a class of people, maybe as part of the acceptance of that case, you can say, till this trial finishes, this class of people can't be harmed or can't be whatevered.
Okay. But I heard a class action could take months.
Yeah.
So they can all be harmed until that happens.
Significant reduction in the ability of a lot of district judges to freeze things before the cases are finished.
Well, all right.
Yeah. It's not a terrible decision because, during Biden, national injunctions were very harmful to things he was trying to do.
Like, what was he trying to do?
Like he proposed student loan relief, and a federal judge enjoined that.
Okay.
And a federal judge enjoined some of the COVID provisions that had been said this is how things should work. Parts of approvals of drugs used for abortion were enjoined nationally.
Oh.
It isn't great when any particular judge at her or his whim can decide this is how it's going to be.
But if you disagree with that, it goes to the appeals court.
It does, but again, that
Supreme
takes
Court?
years.
That takes years, okay.
And especially the judge who enjoins it, has a lot of control over that case, and they can just slow walk a case so that it's many years before it gets to the point that you have a decision which is appealable. And for that whole time, whatever injunction they have put into effect is in effect nationally.
Well, all right. Our next topic, Trump threatens to prosecute CNN for reporting on ICEBlock. That's a very long topic title.
Yeah.
So, ICEBlock is an app where you can report ICE sightings.
Yeah, a guy wrote an app.
Yep.
And you can pull out your phone and go, hey, I see ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
And then CNN reported on it.
Yeah.
And then they were accused, they're going to be prosecuted criminally because they are reporting on apps that are available. They said, we're working with the Department of Justice to see if we can prosecute them for that. Christy Noem said of CNN.
Yeah.
Is that a First Amendment violation, you think?
Almost. I would think so, but I am not a Supreme Court judge. And 6 of the Supreme Court judges, I think, don't make great constitutional decisions a lot of the time.
I've heard the argument that, for example, CNN can't report on troop positions in a time of war. So, they don't have carte blanche First Amendment rights. What would you say to that?
All rights have boundaries. I would say the press generally doesn't report on troop positions.
And this is not that.
This is not that. I don't know if there's ever been a case whether you can report on troop positions that has gotten to the Supreme Court and been ruled on one way or the other.
I think the media is smart enough not to do that.
Reporting on an app which allows other people to do a thing seems to be even less than that. CNN isn't reporting on where ICE is acting right now.
No, they're reporting.
CNN's reporting on, hey, there's a guy that has an app that does this thing.
Yeah. We can download it now.
Certainly are allowed to report on things that are illegal. There's
Or
a
the
whole
Department of
crime
Justice.
section of most newspapers that's.
Or the Department of Justice will come after us if we report on this app.
Now they're going to come after you because you have a 60-minute-ish opening. And if you have a 60-minute-ish opening, you can get $16 million apparently.
I'm going to go to the App Store. I'm
Okay.
going to search for ICE,
You're going to get yourself on a list.
ICEBlock.
I mean, you're a naturalized citizen. You can be denaturalized. Probably for this.
I think it's only human trafficking. I read the things.
I wouldn't count on that.
Okay, I looked it up. Oh wait, is it gone now? Because I installed it earlier today, and I'm looking for
Why
it.
are you trying to install it again?
Well, I installed it on my phone. Oh, here it is. Now
Yeah,
I'm installing this
nice
new
one.
iPad. Oh, okay. I'm gonna not compatible with this device.
No, that's terrible.
That's a weird thing to say. Why would it? Why can't I run ICEBlock? Are they going to worry on my iPad and will report them being here?
That's a great question, which I do not have the answer to.
Anyways.
Maybe if you could find out who wrote that by watching a story on CNN, you could email the developer.
Say, where's my iPad version?
Yeah, I want a big screen. I want a split. I need a split screen so I can have Ice Watch
And a timer.
and the other one,
and mail.
Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I can watch movies.
you're on a plane.
Or if I can see ice on a plane.
Get a window seat. And as you're flying over the country, you could make a lot of reports.
All right. So, but the Department of Justice, are they going after the app maker or just reports on the app?
Everything's terrible.
Everything's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Probably. They're probably going after both.
All right. Our next topic.
Like, you know, like there was that time that somehow 2 people suddenly got audited by the IRS just because they happened to be director of the FBI and what was the other guy? Milley, head of the Army, head of the Chiefs of Staff.
Really?
Yeah. Entirely coincidental.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Our next topic, TSA shoes. See, if I had,
They're not actually TSA shoes.
we have 7 minutes left.
Wow.
Okay.
That's more time than I thought. I should have spent more time mocking you at the beginning.
All right. So
I'll talk slow about shoes.
we had, since 2001, we've been going through airports. We have to take off our shoes.
I'm not sure it was exactly 2001, but it was near then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did we have to start taking off our shoes?
Oh, because this guy got on an international flight
Uh-huh.
and had his shoes packed full of explosive.
Oh.
And then he was sitting in his little 3-person row. And then he was like, I'm going to blow up this plane. So he took his shoe off and he tried to light the fuse on his shoe. And the passengers are like, why are you trying to light your shoe on fire? And then they took his shoes away and then they arrested him and sent him to Gulag prison. And then the TSA went, well, for God's sakes, if people can put explosives in their shoes, we got to x-ray every shoe getting on a plane for the next 25 years,
All right. Now,
even though there's no evidence that you can light a shoe on fire because the one guy that tried couldn't actually make it happen.
how has this shoe threat been averted?
I think there's a premise of that question which I disagree with. I'm not sure there ever really was a shoe threat. I
Well,
think
one
there
guy-
was shoe threat theater.
One guy not being able to set his shoe on fire doesn't mean other people can't. And if they have the right explosives in their shoe. Like,
True, but
if we scan
how
everything,
does taking them off when you go through security help at all? I mean, first of all, I have TSA pre. I don't take my shoes off when I walk through.
that's another question I have. They interview you once in your life, and
Yeah.
they figured out you're not being a terrorist ever
Yeah,
again.
and they're like, we're not worried about your shoes.
How do they know that you will never be a shoe threat?
I think the 2 words that describe this are security theater. They make us think we're more secure without actually making us more secure.
Do you think all of TSA is just theater and it doesn't make us any safer?
I think a fair amount of what they have done is theater.
But they do stop guns from being on planes.
Yes, but we really didn't have very many guns on planes before 2001 either.
Well, we had to go through TSA long before that. I think from the 1970s, we had to start going through detectors.
We did, but that's just put your bag
Yes.
on the thing and we X-ray it.
Because people were actually hijacking planes a lot.
Yeah, in the 70s.
I mean, D.B. Cooper, remember those days?
Well, he didn't even have a gun.
He had explosives on
Well,
him.
no one knows. He had a briefcase that he
Yeah,
said had
he-
explosives.
Yeah, he claimed to have them.
I mean,
Who knows what they were?
yeah.
But
I mean, I can get on a plane now with a briefcase and say it's full of explosives. I'm not doing that.
They wouldn't
I
believe
like
you.
to be able to fly. But again, if all you need is a briefcase that you say has explosives in it, then taking your shoes off doesn't help.
well, if they scan it, they can see that.
It doesn't have explosives?
Yeah, and therefore any claim you make is false. I'm
I
saying
mean, there was
even
more,
today.
there was a lot more hijacking in the 60s and 70s.
yes, right. And then they started scanning for guns, and they stopped. Right?
I think also other things changed. They made it less valuable to hijack planes. I mean, generally when planes were hijacked, what they would they didn't blow the planes up in midair.
No.
They flew the planes to another country and made them land, and then they ransomed the passengers off.
And they don't do that anymore.
Not really.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it lately. I mean, there's the occasional pilot that just flies your plane over the Malaysian Ocean and then crashes it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's that guy who slammed it into some mountains a while ago.
yeah,
A suicidal guy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a guy that stole the plane up in Washington State, just flew it around for a while.
Oh, who was that? I don't remember
He was
that.
a guy, he just stole a plane, went to the airport, climbed into a plane that was fueled up, took off.
Is it that easy to get on a plane?
I don't think it's that easy, but he managed to do it.
Could he land it?
No, he could not land it.
Oh, so what
No.
happened?
He crashed it into an island.
Oh,
Yeah.
problem solved.
Well, for him,
Yeah.
not. People that owned the plane didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Our next topic, Elon political party. So Elon Musk has started a new political party because he's unhappy with Republicans.
It started.
Yes. Is this new party just Republicans who spend less?
I mean, it's not going to be anything. It's like the Tea Party.
Oh, yeah. The Tea Party really is Republicans, right?
Well, it's what it turned out to be. I mean, they claimed it was a new party,
Yeah.
but I mean, no one knows. It doesn't have a platform yet. Doesn't have any candidates in office.
Right, right.
It's got one really rich guy that
That can't be
that
president.
has a AI that likes Nazis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So do you think it's going to take off?
No,
Or
no, I
it's-
don't. No,
okay.
there are no third parties in America that matter at all.
Well, there's the Green Party that
They-
exists.
They
it's
don't
a real
matter.
Thing.
Who's been elected from the Green Party that you know of?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, nobody.
But they're a
I mean,
real.
there's Peace and Freedom. There's the
There's a real
American
party that
Independence
exists.
Party. They're like America's electoral system, where whoever gets a majority, whoever gets the most votes, whichever one of the two you use. That system just does not allow more than two parties, because
Well, parties
whatever
aren't-
party is, one of the two parties will be close to a majority, and everyone that is against that party will coalesce into the second party. And so we have a two-party government
Parties
system.
aren't part of the Constitution, though, right?
That's correct. The founders really did not want political parties at all,
So
and they were very upset that they developed.
there's no reason we can't have three.
There is. It would never work. You have to go to ranked choice voting or some other way if you want to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
more than two parties.
All right.
Parliamentary systems have more than two parties,
Yeah.
but not often.
In Canada, we've got a few parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But,
then
you know-
they form alliances or something.